Hey guys, Spartan here. Welcome back to Hand of Fate. I was gonna record this a few days ago actually, but I came across the it was the Temperance Challenge, where the famine has made food scarce. Avoid starvation. The thing is that food hasn't become scarce, it's that every single tile pretty much forces you to give food to people, otherwise you can't get the gold token, and of course I went for it. So, how did I lose this challenge a bunch of times? Well, I kept getting single-line maps, basically, where I couldn't make any deviations from a standard way to the exit. And there's events that make you pay, like, freaking 8 food. Or else, or you have none. You don't have to pay anything if you have none, but then again, you'll be taking 10 damage per tile. Oh wait, no, it wasn't 10 damage. Was it 10 damage, or was it 20? I forget, but... yeah. Bullshit. Then I just did one, maybe 20 minutes ago of this, and I beat it at the end with 18 food and 72 gold, because I got lucky. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this one off screen because it's bullshit. So yeah, Temperance's RNG Fiesta. Devil. Start. Can't choose any allies, so might as well do this stuff. I unlocked Mystery Chest, ooh. I also did the Cursed Woodlands thing, and I got Cheerful Woodcutter, which I need to buy an item here, but I need a crap ton of gold. Would have been useful to have all that gold that I saved from the last one, but Desert Trek, I think I'll do that one off camera, seems like grinding. Max Platinum cards unlimited. Okay, well fuck these, I'm gonna put all my Platinum cards in. I can't fit all of them in. Okay, which one don't I need? A Man of the World is just it's a full map scout, but I don't think I really need it. St. Tyler's Day is 2 free blessings. I can draw platinum equipment with this. This gives me a shit ton of gold. This gives me a weapon. I'd rather have the Maiden's Flexibility, and Shrine just gives max health, okay. Max Platinum cards unlimited. I unlocked this off-screen by, doing the whole, okay, so this mace, there's a mace over here, Holy Mace. It had a token on it originally which said that you had to beat the High Priestess card with 12 blessings instead of 6 that would have gotten you the gold, and you needed to have this in your inventory and equipped at the same time. So you needed 16 fame and 12 blessings. Really hard. But your reward is this, and causes freeze to enemies in a large area for 5 seconds when activated, froze enemies to take 250% damage when hit. It deals 125% damage to undead, includes skeletons, wraith, and necromancer. It does a pretty good amount of damage. Actually haven't used it myself, but yeah. Coward's Bane, this actually is very good against thieves. I saw someone use it. This gives food when you kill shit with it, but yeah. I haven't used a fair amount of this stuff. So, Olbjorn's Traps. Sounds pretty gay. Take a DC's Charm since I have infinite of those. Lionheart, Reaper's Arrow. Oh, these are just a bunch of items. I don't want to pack too many of those. So, I want to have the new armor I unlocked. The Platinum Suit. Which, I got this for doing strength with the Jousting Armor. And, yep. 18 fame required for 30 defense. It's bloody powerful. And... I want the Grifter's Companion. Do I want to just get some straight up other junk? I don't have much options for gear. Do I want a helmet? No, I'll just take the starting helmet that I can get. I unlocked the reinforced helmet for beating strength. With, no, not beating strength. I took the battered helm to the blacksmith. What do I even want? Do I want another weapon? It's said to be prepared to fight empires, and Empire is weak to this sort of junk. It does more damage than Hearth Azaya, doesn't it? 26 to 25. This is area of effect, though. What should I want? What's something I bring on every single mission? That would be the Armor of Gluttony, but I don't think I need it with the Platinum Suit. Maybe I would take a helmet. It said there's going to be chance cards, so I'll take the Mask of Holy Fortunes.
You do like that one, don't you?
Yeah, I really do. A good item. Reinforced helmet and Chieftain's Axe. I also got this, Necromancer's Call, which is, it's like the soldiers in that other chapter. Did I show that chapter? I think I did. Prior to combat, optionally draw a skeleton ally card. Can be used before 3 combats and discard this card. I got this for completing a Brimstone card I unlocked. Also off screen. I believe I unlocked it off screen. Yeah, I did. So I unlocked it and completed it off screen. It was stupid. But yeah, do I want food, gold, max life? I choose 6 supplies. Fuck it, I'll take all of it. And, Bates Path, I guess, because that can be very useful with scouting. Oh, I just realized I get 666. I see what you did there, game.
Those who travel with you are more than mere pawns in this story. They have their own goals and their own needs. Yet their stories have ended, or they would be here by your side, would they not?
Ominous Jews. Oh wait, news. You arrive at a tavern one evening, anxious to settle beside a roaring fire with your companions. As you enter, however, you are surprised to find no familiar faces. After a meal and several hours of waiting alone, a priest rushes in. Your friend Ariadne lies stricken at our temple. You arrive at the temple to find Ariadne lying on a simple bed, attended to by a church official. He explains that she has been stricken with dark magic that is slowly draining her life. Somehow this malady... Oh, I thought it was like malady, but no, it's malady. Resists our attempts at curing, the official says. Sadly, it's as if her very soul were poisoned. I'm sorry, her time is limited. The official leaves, shaking his head. It is not my place to say, the young character whispers, but perhaps there is other places... Oh, there are other places you may seek help. In my work helping northerner refugees, I have heard tales of their high priestess, a mystic of sorts, who moves freely between the realm of men and the world beyond. If anyone can help your friend, it would be her. You know that the northerner priestess will not see you unless you possess enough blessings, but you have few options. With the young cleric's help, you ready Ariadne for transport and leave the temple. There's the High Priestess card. Can I get St. Tala's Day beforehand? That would be great. Visit the Gold Mountain. I could use some gold before my mission. Pointy hat. Name. Scratches your name into a parchment before scooping up some of the gold. Here comes the money. $85 gold. Let's explore Goblin Town. Let's not get huge failure. Oh god. And the cards shuffle. Oh, there was a bit of lag there. If it weren't for the wide variety of hats, you'd struggle to tell one goblin from another. You wonder whether they ever feel the same way. Urgent horns, blah blah blah. Goblin Town is being evacuated.
Given times are so dark, you are lucky to have allies willing to assist.
You're walking past a black, plain-looking carriage when the door suddenly opens and a huge pair of hands lift you inside. The carriage leaps forward as the doors shut and you find yourself sprawled on a seat opposite a huge, powerfully built but unusually ugly man. Lord Apollyon requests your presence, the half-ogre declares. The creature is silent the rest of the journey until you arrive at an impressive manor house. You exit the carriage and are brought into a large hall for an audience with Lord Apollyon. Ah, the great adventurer himself, Emporor begins, smiling broadly and stepping forward to greet you. He bows slightly. Greet him graciously. I have heard of your exploits. I too am but a servant of the Empire and its people. I'd like to offer my services if you ever have need of them. I don't presume to wield a sword or dodge a claw troll as well as you, of course, but I do try to support good people with supplies and such, especially heroic figures such as yourself. Apollyon invites you to stay and entertain him with stories of your adventures so far. He seems captivated by every word, and several hours pass quickly. Ariadne is dying. I have no time for your games. You lead an incredible life. I hope you return again soon with more enchanting tales. Apollyon takes an item from many adorning the walls, saying, "Please accept this paltry gift. Perhaps it will help you rescue your friend." Don't have enough fame.
Prominence to use this weapon. Gain more fame.
Okay. In due time, I'll be able to wield that. Allow my coachman to take you back, and please, come visit again, anytime. Okay, can I get blessings from him?
An opportunity for you to show your skills extend beyond mere violence.
So I haven't showed off this card. It adds platinums to the deck. If you're lucky. Against your better judgment, you decide to appeal to the Thieves Guild for their patronage to help fund the journey ahead. Huge failure? What? Some guild members are suspicious of your motives, accusing you of being an Empire spy. They threaten to hinder your journey in the future. Oh god. The rest of the guild shows little interest in getting involved with your misadventures. The dealer adds pain cards to the deck. Just wonderful. That's why I don't use that card much.
You have to wonder why anyone would help you. At least my motives are clear.
Fuck you too. You turn to the fine mention of Lord Apollyon and are greeted with an immediate audience. Explain that you lack the blessings required to visit the High Priestess. Perhaps I could be of some assistance. I must confess that I have a weakness for games of chance. Apollyon leads you to a table in another room. A set of cards is already set out upon it. If you win, then I will provide the blessings you require. Apollyon nods as he adds, yes, I have the means. You'd be surprised what magical trinkets end up in my possession as part of my work. If I win, then you must pose with me for my next portrait. It will be titled Champions of the Empire. Perhaps I shall have a statue of us made as well. Just as for you to sit. I'll even stack the deck in your favour after all. I enjoy the excitement of a game and care little for actually winning. Except, I'm sure you'll do well. Well, I know this is the failure card. Well done. I think you've played this game before. He gestures to a darkly robed man, who you fail to notice, standing in a shadow corner. The man comes to stand before you, his deep voice slowly intoning words in a foreign tongue. My associate is a follower of the ancient religion that you may not be familiar with, but rest assured that his devotion is second to none. Oh wait, that was still Lord Apollyon's voice. Shit! As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you feel yourself drifting in and out of consciousness, whether from the droning voice or the potent increase being burned, you cannot say. Potent incense, not increase. Oh, thank you for the glitch game. That's a really good blessing. I wish I didn't have to give that up. That's a kind of crappy blessing. And that's a really good blessing as well. Oh, 4. Nice, I already had 1. Suddenly awake, Apollyon watching you with mild amusement from across the table. I expect you'd want to begin your journey to the High Priestess immediately. I sincerely hope your friend makes a full recovery.
Devils wait in the darkness. But which devil will you focus on?
As you pass near a dark alleyway one evening, a blackened and misshapen hand grasps you, pulling you close to the darkness. You stand at the precipice of ruin. The Dark Lord has taken an interest in your destiny, and even now is engineering your downfall. The hunched creature pulls you with surprising strength further into the shadows. But I can help. There's magic that can help you beat him at his own game. We can craft it, you and I. Doing so may test your spirit, but that's better than eternal darkness, hey? He looks up at you, his yellow eyes glowing faintly. Do not fall to despair. We'll meet again soon. Okay. I should probably start doing more voices with this. Fate's path, hooray.
You must ponder the ties that begin to bind. The trap is slowly laid for you.
It's pretty gay. You cross the northern border and prepare yourself for the long journey up Mount Freitas. You're surprised, however, to find a band of northern warriors waiting for you. The High Priestess is expecting you, the leader of the band declares. With their guidance and protection, you quickly find yourself once more in the ritual house of Esmaranthia. Okay. I know why you have come, the giantess begins, moving to inspect Ariadne. She quickly sneers, saying, It is no wonder your holy people cannot heal her. This is no minor curse or spell from a magician. A beast of the underworld has tainted your friend's spirit, and without my help she will die. As Maranthea pauses to consider you, her gaze boring into your soul. Boring. Boring. I think your fate will be to one day destroy the one who brings ruin to my people. Until then, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, yes? Rena Frost sends you to another room as she prepares a ritual. Many hours later, you are summoned again. You find the queen standing over Ariadne, who, apart from being famished, appears fully recovered. Leave when you are ready, as Maranthea declares. Turning to leave, but heed my warning, hero. Shadow hangs over your soul. Stray but a little and you will fail. The ruin course. To the ruin of us all. Malaclips told me... Oh wait, no, this is Ariadne. Malaclips told me he was going to the village of Rumstock to stock up on rum. Ariadne explains as you leave the ritual house. I was to meet him there some days ago. Why isn't she her platinum version?
I cannot understand how you come to be here now, given the challenges that have stood before you.
Hey, I have 5 blessings at least. As you journey towards Rumstock, you are disquieted by an increasing number of rumors concerning the village. It seems that every traveler coming from the direction has heard of terrible, ritualistic murders being performed in the woods nearby. Rumors also suggest the mage responsible has been captured. Disguised himself as a bard, one fellow declares. I saw him with my own eyes, and he has the look of a killer. Don't worry, there'll be justice served for those poor souls when that necromancer burns at the stake. Well, I should probably get there immediately. Oh, this is the stairs.
So the noose begins to tighten, and we question the very stakes.
Let's take a long trip around. I can lose Ariadne for a bit to gain the stuff from Esmeralda. Sorry to dash last time, Esmeralda says, she welcomes you in. Her lavender eyes fix on Ariadne's two tool bells. You know, I've come by a surplus of wares from the Battle of Crimson Bay. You're welcome to take something on the house, if I could use your services to mend this blasted thing. Esmeralda gestures to a metal contraption that looks suspiciously like a torture device. I'll take the Grifter's Companion because I can use it immediately. Ariadne prods cautiously at the merchant's contraption. It snaps shut, almost taking her finger. This should be fun. I've never seen one of these before. You agree to meet with your companion, blah blah blah. Lose Ariadne for 3 turns. You're camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears behind the light of the campfire. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards, you know. Limbs from the shadows to sit next to you, although somehow the fire fails to illuminate his form at all. The spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients, the cloaked figure explains. The first task will be to harvest the horn of a diabolical creature. I know of one that will be easy to overcome, he says, producing a silver whistle from his cloak. Strike quickly, though, he pauses to add, or it may escape and you will spend countless lifetimes regretting it. The whistle releases a sharp note as a fiery portal appears between the two of you. A short horned creature steps out of the portal, and as the portal closes again. Theophilus, you called? The devil asks, looking up at him. The child-sized creature seems oblivious to your presence for the moment. Let's ask him for it. What? You want my horn? The little devil exclaims, looking around. You brought me here so this mortal could harvest my horn? Thought you were my friend, tempted to talk to it. Really? You have cost me, mortal, but any punishment I inflict would be nothing compared to your fate now. He clicks his fingers and you suddenly wake up. Did I lose the golden token because of that? Does this quest have a golden token?
Do what you can to find more food.
You enter a tavern one evening just as a gang of soldiers rise angrily from the table, leaving just a well-dressed civilian seated. You cheating son of a harpy, one of them yells. Gentlemen, please, I cannot help it if the Lady Luck has taken to me this fine evening. Nobody's that lucky, a soldier explains, drawing his sword. The other soldiers advance from the table. The unarmed man suddenly leaps from his chair and ducks behind you, saying, Mercenary, I implore you, I'm a humble and honest merchant in need of aid. Save me from this band of treacherous fiends whom I have offended merely by playing fairly a number of games by chance, and I'll pay you with gold. Hey, that's our gold. He warned you, stranger. Let's take the money. Why would the Empire be gambling? This is just like the Empire. I bet my ancestors did this. Also, I have no armor. I have the helmet that's worth like 14 protection. Protection? This isn't Darkest Dungeon. Does Bash actually deal damage? It doesn't seem to do it unless they're blocking, which is odd. Oh wait, no. Killed them too quickly. I'm not used to swapping between combat methods in games. I've been playing Shadow of War recently. And yeah, it's a lot different. Shadow of War specifically is harder than Shadow of Mordor, which is good. Shadow of Mordor was piss easy. All you had to do was spam Wraith Flash and you win. Oh my god, he's doing the Chad pose. He just did the Chad pose. Okay, that's gotta be the thumbnail for this video. I don't usually make custom thumbnails, but that was just great. Having dealt with the threat of the vengeful soldiers, you turn to find Lucky Hansel lying still behind the bench, a northerner warrior crouched over him. A man who cheats has no honor, the northern says matter-of-factly, sheathing his knife and hefting the merchant's money bags. He will not cheat me again. The northerner moves to exit the tavern, Golden Hand. Let's search Hansel.
Well done.
You discover Hansel to be wearing an item that might explain his recent run of good luck. Well, that would explain it. Oh, maybe ooh, if I can get that card in the deck, I can use it to draw my, my ring. Interesting. At the sound of more Empire soldiers approaching, you decide to follow the Northerner's example and exit discreetly. Good choice. I need more fame. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. I don't know why I can't read today. You say that another of your friends is in peril? Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Malaclipse's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed. You have a plan to save Malaclips? You explain that you have not yet visited the village of Rumstock to assess the situation. I expect you want to travel there immediately in order to save your friend. Let's take the thing. My butler will show you to the stables. Summoning him with a small bell. I bet this guy is the devil. I mean, you turn his head upside down, and he does kind of look like the devil. He's got the devil's horns, but it's his beard. The Napoleon stables turn out to house an extensive array of animals. You are helped into Bluetail's back, and the griffin rises. Griffin? This guy's bloody rich. Approach the village. A wooden stake with brushwood piled around it stands in the village centre. A few peasants stand around, talking eagerly about the impending doom of the so-called necromancer. You track down the town mayor, who, despite your pleas, refuses to consider sparing the mage's life. The creature is bound head to toe in blessed iron, and he'll stay that way until burning under a full moon. Good decent folk from this town have been murdered, and I will see to it that they receive justice. You plead Malcolm's innocent. And who are you that we should listen? The mayor exclaims. It will take more than the word of a nameless mercenary to free this creature of darkness. And then what's-his-name shows up to save everyone. Blah blah blah. I cannot convince him. Those dreadful peasants in the provinces can be savage folk, Apollyon declares. But I have a solution, if you will but play the cards once more. If you win, blah blah blah. Okay. Personal Herald. Except... I mean, I have the cheating Guardian Angel card. But this is a death card. Oh, what the hell was that? Okay, so this is a success card. Another win! You're adept at both combat and the finer arts. I shall make plans with my associates tonight to support your cause. By the time you reach Rumstock, your name will be legendary. How much fame was that I just got? Let's take this, yeah. And let's take this. Let's let me win. Your fame in the region, 34 fame! What the hell? It's amazing. That's not amazing, that's incredible. As you approach, a woman tending her garden spots you. She sends her child to fetch the mayor, and minutes later a throng of other villagers approach, led by a balding man. Look, someone calls out, the hero of the Empire is in our village. You're here for the demon, of course, the mayor says as he approaches. You must have heard that we captured it himself, the peasants all cheer. Don't worry, the mayor continues. We intend to burn it during the full moon. You ask the mayor to take you to Malaclips, who you find sitting in a small cell bound in silver chains set with glowing runes. With some effort, you manage to convince the mayor to release him into your custody for proper disposal. I'm sure you know best when it comes to creatures of the underworld, the mayor says. But we have the fire planned and everybody is coming. Perhaps you could stay just until the full moon, he asks hopefully if you lead Malaclips away. At the edge of the village, the mayor reluctantly removes Malaclips' chains and stands well back as you leave. Thanks, Malaclips says. Those country folk weren't kidding around. He goes on to relate how he was set upon as he entered the village, being accused of some local murders involving magic. It sure seemed that they knew I was coming, and where did they get those anti-magic chains from? You fill Malaclips on what happened to Ariadne. What about Estrella and Colbjorn, he asks as you begin your journey back towards the capital. I quite frankly don't care, they were two of the most useless characters.
So many enemies await you, and so many would stop you moving forward.
Next day, you stop to rest at a small inn. There are a few other patrons as you consume a sparse meal before returning to your room. Moments later, you hear a noise at the window. It suddenly opens, allowing a hooded stranger to slip inside. Relax your sword arm, mercenaries, the woman exclaims, warding you away with an open hand. I seek only to deliver a message that your colleague, Colbjorn, has been acquired by the guild. You see, she continues, leaning against the windowsill, with recent setbacks to our income potential, we've had to expand our enterprise with kidnapping and so on, and a rival tribe has an impressive bounty on your friend's head. It's all just business. For only 150 gold, you can buy your friend's life back. Bring the gold to the East Market Square and somebody will contact you. Otherwise, well, I can't say how he'll be treated by those barbarians. He is a barbarian, you idiot! The cloaked woman says as she ducks back out of the window. No. Great. Ariadne, can you help me? Maiden, ask for supplies. I need them. 15 food for 1 card. Beautiful. This is the power of platinums. You're camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears beyond the light of a campfire. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards, you know. Blah, blah, blah. I've read this before. Spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients. Horn of a diabolical creature. Strike quickly, though. Strike the creature from behind. The mighty blow to the head, you knock the devil unconscious. Soon you have removed one of the beast's horns and handed it to whatshisname, who places it in a sack made from the same dark material as his cloak. The next step is normally as difficult to achieve as obtaining a devil horn, but luck is with us again. The agent of your downfall has provided us with exactly what we need. And your skin begins to glow. To possess so many blessings is rare for a mortal. I shall add their power to the mix. Small vial towards you with a sickening tug. You feel some part of you torn away. Take Fate's Path. I don't need it. Take Ally's Return. I don't need that either. And Deft Eye. This will do nicely. Theophilus says with satisfaction as he seals the urn. Never lose hope, mortal, he calls as he returns to the river. The Dark One may still lose his prize yet. General store, I need to buy equipment. I bet what's-his-name will give me enough stuff to win. I'll just equip the platinum suit. Just become fucking invincible. Return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril. How fascinating. You relate some details as a corporeal situation. We live in dangerous times indeed. Explain you do not have the ransom gold. I'd like to help if I may. Would you mind terribly indulging me in another? Blah blah blah. Hey Win, shall we say you owe me a day's service? I have business interested in the northern hills that require some important deliveries, as you know. Land is still rife. Rife? It better be a actual word that I just don't know. With northern warriors, despite the Emperor's claims. How about it? Excellent, let me guess. It's... Let's cheat a bit. I saw that. You win again. I think perhaps you were working a con on me. I pretty much am. With a gesture from Apollyon, a small humanoid creature brings over a chest of gold. 150 gold. I I hope with that gold you get your friend back in one piece. Do visit again sometime and let me know how it went. Yeah, this guy is definitely evil. I can tell because he had exactly 150 gold, so he knew. He knew. That's a bloody cheat.
Your allies, of course, help in times of trouble,
Approach them.
but when the tables are turned...
Ah, yes. You enter in a wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you are roughly drawn into a shady corner, protected by from prying eyes. Variety of carpets. Hang on, I'm gonna put a jump cut here and get a drink because these voices are killing me. Let's continue. Hello again, the cloaked woman. I don't remember her voice. The cloaked woman begins brightly. Her two beefy companions silently taking position on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? Hand over a sack of coins which is promptly seized by one of the large men. Hope that wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Eventually the man nods to the woman and the two men leave, taking the gold. No hard feelings, hey? It's just business, the woman smiles. Drawing up her cloak, suddenly she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled up carpets. Afraid that you might have just been hoodwinked, you wandered back through the crowds in time to see Colbion being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. He's like bloody Sten from Dragon Age. Colbion relates his tale of capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her. I'm gonna need food, aren't I?
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
It's a very good point. A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fior, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. He's been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself, the herald continues. Let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts a commoner. The more execution he hands out, the more the free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawlessness running rampant in this city, the herald responds. And you sound like a rebel yourself. So what if I am? Discreet inquiries lead you to learn that Australia is being held in a remote Empire stronghold. You can say that again, it's very remote. But nobody claims knowledge of where it is. How will we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot even find her? Ariadne asks in anguish. I wonder how. Let's go to everywhere else first. Searching for this. It's the potion, isn't it? Potion seller?
Salve for the weary, and strength for the heroic.
Elder's eyes widen as the artifact gives off a faint glow as it rests in your hands. You are indeed worthy of this gift. I could use that now, but I kind of want to use the plus 50 health gain. Priestess will be blessing one and all for no cost the Church of Fires. Dealing with the huge crowd of peasants and nobles alike. Blah blah blah. Free blessings! Luck. Nice, that's a really good one. And another one. Blessed for good harvest. The gods are fickle today. Okay, I can't get that one. Can't get that one either. Glory. Can't get that one either. Can't get that one. Jesus Christ. Huge failure considered failure in precision gambits. Okay. Next. General store. You have nothing I want. Merchant's ring. So what does this do? Death's Touch. Inflict 200 damage to a living enemy when activated. Undead or immune. Ignores armor. Deal 25% damage to brimstone enemies. Interesting. Don't want it. Come across a man, blah blah blah. Greetings, mortal. The next element of your magical salvation is approaching, he begins. Without bothering to stand.
You'll meet a traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I wish you luck.
Suddenly, you meet a dwarf bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade, he suggests. I'm sure we can come to a mutually. Trade for an angel feather. As happens, I do have an angel feather that I traded from a kobold. Kobold? Kobolds in catacombs confirmed! Do you need it for anything in particular? The dwarf asks shrewdly. You begin the negotiation. Yeah, sure. Ariadne isn't too particularly useful in... I know this is the other failure. You don't need to redraw. You managed to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake. Worth little more than a few beads and a torn half of a map you find in your pack. The dwarf is barely out of sight when Thespius is suddenly beside you saying, "The dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession and perhaps never will again. But now it is time for the spell to be completed." Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, then returns to normal. At last! After all these years, I will be free. You lunge forwards, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it.
That will set you in good stead from here.
No. Please, Morty, don't understand. It's my only chance for freedom. I was like you once, full of purpose and an inflated sense of destiny. I dared to stake my soul on a card game. I've been enslaved since before the Empire formed, before even the Dragon Slayers waged their war. I have seen and done things that would drive you to madness. Without the vial, I shall suffer countless lifetimes more.
I am a merciful man.
You give it to me willingly. I do not know your every deed and exploit, hero, but I do know that it is greatest mercy you will ever perform.
Drinks the contents of the vial.
I now have one last game to play that I may win my freedom,
He says, and he fades away. Lord Apollyon again. Blah blah blah. You say another of your friends is in peril? Ask for help rescuing Estrella. It is no trivial thing you wish to gamble for this day. Even I cannot sway the Emperor's decision on your friend, and helping you intervene would be tantamount to treason. Perhaps if you win, then I could give him the means to rescue your friend. I'll give you the means. But if I were to make such a gamble, you must risk something equally significant. If I win, you must serve me until I release you, or until I die, of course. I can't, but I have to. Yeah, he's definitely the devil. That's fucking cheating. I could tell it was just going to be all failures. I choose this one. And now you are mine. Gestures for you to rise and to feel unnaturally compelled to do so. Follow me, hero, and we shall see what mischief we can put your talents to now. Apollyon leads you through a door etched in strange symbols and down a long, long set of stairs into darkness. Your old life, the fate of the Empire, is left behind forever. I could tell something like that was going to happen. But I didn't know it was going to be an instant failure. At least I got a token out of it, woohoo. Ring of Concentration.
The impossible seems out of your grasp, at least for now.
I take it I have to fix what's-his-name's thing, or drink the thing myself. Okay. You know what, that seemed very easy. I could just jump cut to a successful attempt. Okay, let's see what happens when we take it and drink it ourselves. I'm presuming that that's what we need to do. A huge success card is added to every chance card gambit. What secrets could this reveal? I think I need this in order to get... I believe there's an achievement you get for dealing with thieves and having a huge success with this. Eternal Hope. No, you've condemned me to eternal torment. So, he's a shade. I presumed something like this. I have the redraw cards card. Oh, you're a shade? Too bad, I actually have the Holy Mace still. You're going to be sundered. Desperate for salvation, your ally has turned against you. Wraiths can drain life. Blah blah blah, I know this. Why can't you be platinum Ariadne? Yeah, die, insect. Oh, look at it crumble. Nice teleport, arsehole. Holy light! Did that actually work? I don't know. Seemed to not work. Nice teleport. Oh no! Oh no! Bone rattling noises. Bone hurting juice. Death is no release for me. And soon it won't be for you either. So, I'm gonna have a huge success card here. No trivial thing. Okay. Hey Ariadne, could you help me here? Just get 2 huge success cards? Okay, so... There's no chance of, me winning, in fact. This is just a chance. Literally RNG. And I lose. Congratulations. Now I know why the game gives you Ariadne. But even with everything, I wasn't lucky enough. Okay, so let's try this again. Hopefully we'll not get screwed over by RNG. There's no way to keep track of these cards. In before duplicate failure. So, 3 of them are failures, 2 of them are huge success. All luck, and I got it, okay. There we go. Colin sits silently for a moment, glaring at the cards before turning to you in anger. You cheated, how did you do that? Tell me what magic you possess. The room falls into shadow as Apollon throws the table aside with a flick of his wrist and advances on you. Flames erupt from the hearth, and Apollon seizes you, declaring, I must grant your prize, mortal, but know that I will not forget this. The world fades to darkness.
Can you hope to resolve things now?
You awaken later just out of sight of an Empire fort, with various items and potions scattered around you. You gather what you can as carry-on birds suddenly lose interest in you and fly away. Let's equip the Absolved Mace, why not? Lost 100 max... What? Alarmed and feeling invigorated, you approach the fort. A call to arms rises from the walls as twin ballistas. Isn't it spelled with only one L? Stall your advance. Minus 50% life. Well, okay then. Lost 100 life. Lose 50% life. Imperial soldiers block the path ahead. Knight of Steel. That's a new one. Maybe I should have equipped that potion that does extra things, but I have the Reaper's Arrow now. That's what I have in my inventory. I'll throw it at him. Enricus the Warden, loyal to the Emperor and unforgiving in battle. Use Bash. What? I didn't aim at him! Bloody useless item. The knight was in front of me and it's like, oh no, no thanks, I want to hit this guy! This is an area of effect super, isn't it? It's E. No, it's R. It's F. Jeez, why am I so bad at this? Of course, you cannot hit the Phalanx of Steel. Frozen in time? Still can't hit the Phalanx of Steel. It's only fair, people. Okay, I'm gonna kill all these bozos before I use this damn arrow. This knight seems to be doing very little, actually. Does this not work on bosses? I like how it knocks him back, like it staggers him, despite the fact that it does no damage. Hey you. Thank you very much, and fuck. It says it ignores armor! You lying piece, you lying git. Hulk bash. Usually a mace is much more effective against armor. There we go, that's more like it. The item says it ignores armor, and yet it didn't. Had to destroy the armor to deal the 200 damage. Nice glitch. If birds are already feasting on the greater parts of the fort's garrison, you gain easy access to the fort and locate Estrella in her cell. Let me just, equip this, in case I need it. Took your time, she says with a crooked smile. You briefly relate the difficulties that have beset your other companions as you exit the now deserted fort. I overheard the warden say that someone gave them information, told them right where I was going to be that day. To be the day they ambushed me, Estrella says, pausing to relieve a fallen soldier of his weapon. It sounds like someone with a lot of clout went to a lot of trouble organizing all this. You're making some powerful enemies. Why didn't I get the golden tile?
There is much left to do, but we are beginning to.
Little devil. Oh, so these are the two things that happened in the quest. Turn to Rumstock. The Pegula. Dionysus Revenge. Ram Shield. Bowl for Ram Shield. How do I get that gold token? Seriously, that pisses me off. How do I get that? It didn't say, oh, you need to do such and such. Maybe I'll look it up online or something like that, because maybe this is something you have to come back to do, or something. Maybe you need all platinum allies or something like that. That would be stupid, but it's a possibility. Maybe you need Ariadne with you in the end, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.